what that radio tells me. I'm not in control of that. I drive around in the car, I look for trouble. If I see trouble, I do it proactively. But throughout the day, as a patrol officer, that radio says, hey, you, want to let it down. Guess what? What? There's a Negro beating his wife on in Sector 7G at 7 arrest. Okay, where do I put Negro? Okay, it is a Negro? Affirmative. Okay, so clear. We won't, have we reached our Negro saturation point yet? Negative, we have room for one more. Okay, all right, okay. I mean, if you work in Southeast San Diego, you work in WAP, Los Angeles, if you work in Brooklyn, what are you going to deal with?
Any major city, we know that any major city, you're dealing with urban people, i.e. black people. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
It's just simple to beat that.
Let me just throw here. Celine has a super chat. White people need to see themselves as people, like everyone else does. I completely agree. Too many white people have the attitude that it wasn't me or loved one. I don't care if stop talking about it. Talking about what they say. That is the biggest problem.
That's a mistake.
A lot of white people are ashamed of being white. A lot of white people, we've said it before, half of white America, let's say 100 million, of the 200 million white Americans, we are divided. Sadly, we are divided in this problem. Even if with 100 million people, white Americans, we could take it all back. Do you not agree? True, soul.
Oh, for sure.
We could take it all back.
And I would like to think that people don't actually hate being white. They just play that way because that's the safe side.
It's very
right. And it's true. And I think the goal was, or let's just say the goal was to at the very minimum divide this voting block in half. And the way you make the first step is to make them hateful spots. Okay? And so we're the only ones with the pensions to protect, the livelihoods to protect. You know, we fear death less than the R word. So all you have to do is have the president say, you know, it's right, it's a democracy, it's a white supremacy. What? Yeah, you know, well, if you said it, and then it's okay, my intellect is beyond, it's lower than subpar, I need to keep this job. What do I have to say again? Okay, you're using the best white work, what else? Oh, white to the every block of business, okay, if I say that, I'm good. And so I should keep stacking SMS tips and social piety in my bank to say, okay, I'll do that until I retire. Also, your famous says, it's going to be the soccer human beings, like Christine and Ireland, and the retired cops to get us out of here. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I told Colin I would be. Okay? And he's right. People who have secured their livelihoods, everybody that's going to be coming out are either have balls of steel, are millionaires, right? Or, you know, like Matt Walsh or whoever, the guys getting paid and say, did you guys know that the Negroes are mean to that? Well, no shit, dude. You got $5 million in the bank now, you're going to try to go back. Anyway. But it is. See, I've secured my livelihood. I can speak. And I want to get mad at our people, but remember what Colin said, do what you can. If somebody has to risk their livelihood, we can't ask them to do that. Right? And that's why I did the show thing. Hey, you're not crazy. Don't do anything stupid. Listen to this. I will vicariously show you that you're not crazy. That's where Jackson has to do.
Well, first and foremost, let's be all clear. I'm honored for the fact that you had the privilege to meet him.
Oh, dude.
He was a good close friend of yours. It's fantastic. So give me something. Give people maybe you want to share a story. Did you meet this guy? Did you meet DF? Did you meet the big guy at any time?
So I was in the DCF area for a family deal, and there's a museum in Gettysburg, a World War II museum, and I'm obsessed. So I said, well, how much I tell this? That was when I was a kid. I was in DCR, I said, how skip and jump over to Delaware, so I called Colin, and he goes, yeah, let's be done with Rexdale, blah, blah, and I'm like, okay, really? You know, that was a pretty, I mean, I won't say regular contributor, but I did quite a bit. If you remember him blocking the freeway and doing that whole thing,
yeah,
the White Lives Matter, I designed it.
My wife was telling me, I'll be working fucking road. This is when I started to really get into black ball and installation.
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
But that whole, over several weeks, I helped them design that traffic pattern and told them how to avoid the rest and told them what language they were going to say and because you get it. I helped them with that. And then same when they went to defend that statue, I kind of, I told them what the applicable constitutional laws and not just trouble. And then, yeah, I went up there, with my wife, and, I said, he goes, come on down here, and I have to stop at a ride or something. I called him, he goes, you're in Indian country now, buddy, or, bud. And, I pulled into the park, and I go, oh, he's 6'5". He was a giant.
You know he's an ex-biker.
Yeah, I have a
He's a hippie biker. He was a hippie biker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was huge. And the funny thing about him, I talked to Joe Taylor close today now, but I was pretty, it was close, right? Colin and I were much tighter than Joe. I'm hammering that idea out there. But, I pulled into the parking lot and go, there he is, and True to Roof was there. I'm like, oh, you know, I've been, for years, I've been hearing these voices. Well, I knew what Colin was like this. I'm like, there's True to Roof. He's exactly what I said, hey, I see you tomorrow with my tools, fuckface. You know, he loves Jerky Boys.
I was going to say,
yeah, I'll never forget.
like this voice,
Yeah, the Roof brought us a bunch of Starbucks, and, no, Colin brought the Starbucks Roof. I can't believe you're bringing that liberal to me. I'm like, I sat up. He gave me the best cigar to this day I've ever had in my life. And we sat there, it was bullshit. Smoking cigars, and I got it was awesome. But yeah, and for years I told him, he would never talk about how, what, and you can assume with cancer, he's going to go out, but he would never talk about it. I mean, I didn't know he was sick until he was just, like, very vague about it. He would not talk about it. So,
you could see the decline too, from under the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's definitely a fighter. He's with a lot of friends, with a lot of enemies, but on a good note. He opened my eyes.
Yeah.
I respect him for that. I'll always remember him. That's pretty good. Yeah, I died. He opened my eyes. He woke my ass up. Probably many people out there listening.
And I'm trying to remember how, I mean, every story's probably similar. At the time frame, I don't know. It got to the point, it was probably Trayvon Martin, and Michael Brown. Once the lives are really augured in, I said, God, I can't be crazy. Is anybody doing anything with the truth? And I started hunting, and I think he was still, he got kicked off every platform on the planet. We had to do the nuff wigwam smoke signal site this for a while, but he just kept getting bounced. And anybody that has, I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't want to bring up bad subjects, but it happens to you too. They wait till you're getting tons of steam behind you, and they're going, what's that? They let you get that steam because they want to break your spirit. And that's why, I don't know if you're taking precautions, but that's why Colin always said, give me your email, and when we get a race, I need to fill it back up. Because you're not going to power up against everybody find you, right? But it was just, I said, I got to, and I'm like you, I found that video, I'm like, oh my God, just consume everything, right? And he has books, bye. And then I found my way to hammering, and I go, ooh, this is just right here, and I said, okay, I'm not crazy. And he did so much work for us, and he's so such a cathartic, and to vicariously show us when we're crazy. We couldn't just let that die with him, but he wouldn't have wanted us that way. You know?
He would be proud of each of us, you know what I mean? For the role that we all keep and push forward. You know? So again, we all hold it in our hearts, but at the same time, we all hold the course in a different light, in a different way. In remembrance to him, to honor him, to honor volunteers.
And very, very early on, True to Roof called me on my phone. I had done something on the show, I won't tell you what it is, and they said, hey man, don't do that. Colin wouldn't like that. And I said, you're right. Colin would boot me off the show for that, right? And I was mortified, and never did it again, and hopefully he hasn't forgiven me, but, I mean, that's the thing is, we're not a bunch of ass kickers here, they're going to tell people I'm here. We're here because you look at the comments and say, don't talk about that, talk about it, you know. We'll look at it, you know, we're not yes men, we say, we're here, we go, okay, I have this to do, and there's no reason, right? And that's how Colin would have wanted it. Saying that Jack and I are carrying on his legacy, that's far too grandiose. I would say, I'm doing my best to do what he hoped I would do, right? I can't say, hey, we took over Progressive. I will never say that. I mean, I may have to take that as a simple thing, but we're doing our best to honor him and his best friend, True. That dude, I love True. That guy, anyway. They're just fantastic. I mean, have you met an asshole? Have you noticed that we don't get any haters? Right? There's one triple that plagues all of us. I mean, it's block. I mean, like you said, we're prove us wrong, dumb shit. You know? I will pay any, you do not want to debate me. I'm not going to use this, I'm just saying, are people that say Road Across, I would kill to have a white female Road Across, I would just keep this to it. Walk on home.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is the thing too. I was talking to Michael Deacon's program. He's a good guy. I think he's half Hispanic. Good guy, been on the show before. He interviewed Colin years back, and I uploaded a lot of Colin's work just to keep it alive, to share it with everyone. A lot of people weren't familiar or aware of it. And he found me and said, hey, thank you for sharing that interview. Would you like to come on my show? I said, absolutely. But going back to what you stated about getting hate or the trolls, we don't have that in our following. Your group, my group, we're kind of like blending in. But when I was on the Michael Deaton show recently, like 2 weeks back, it was just all hate, and I called people out to jump on the call. There's a call-in line that people can call in at a number. Not one of them did. They all talked shit throughout, and then towards the end, and I called them out 5 minutes before the show was over. I said, call the number in, you got something to say it, and we can talk about it. It never happened. They went MIA, and they said, no, you're just a racist, and I'm black, and you wouldn't give me a time of day, and I said, right there, just told me everything that I needed to know about who was going to call me.
I made the horrid mistake of this. I found some black, black potato, and this is one of those smart ones. And I go on around like this, he named his date time, man, he was out calling to do it. But, I stupidly, he muted me to pretend, selectively edit it, make me look stupid. I was shredding him, but I was muted. I'm sitting there screaming in the mic, and and then once they start yelling, and it's over. Once they call you racist, and it's over. And I use a metaphor saying the dreaded R word, and he goes, oh, you can't even say the word? And I go, no, see, that's play on words. It's such a dreaded word. He was too stupid to understand that. But once, this is how he goes out. Any type of civilized debate, anything that requires any type of intellect, they know they can't win. Okay, they're like one click away from ad nauseum and walking off, or ad hominem and walking off. Two, they have no retort. Okay, so what they do is they start yelling and they wait for a flyer. If you make a tiny little mistake, or if they have something that they can latch onto, they're like children. It's like, I know you are, what am I? And you say like, oh, how do we get? Yeah, it's fucking, it's ad hominem. If you say like, oh, 100 white people killed and it was actually 99. They'll dig their talons into that, and that whatever you're trying to argue about, you'll never deal with it. And they start shouting. And the best part of it was, when you call it, he says, I just need your name, I'm not going to show your face, I'll keep you over here. And I was shredding him so bad, dude. I don't know if anybody remembers this. He hit the button to show my screen because he thought he was going to dox me. Yeah, no, bro, I was like kidding. Is there any greater testament to his resounding defeat and then pushing the button and trying to dox me after instead of waiting for his time? I don't waste my time doing it, but it's just, my rule is, you're not allowed to say racist, you're not allowed to ad hominem, and you have to sit there for 10 minutes. That's my rule. Let's do it. What are we lying about? We're fucking coy. We want to be left alone, we don't want to be around them, they're the problem, the end. That is cut. There's the show. It's a wrap.
It'll never happen. But remember, this is what I've stated many times in the past. You probably agree with people listening in. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter how many programs, how much money we throw at these people. It will never be good enough. So that being said, we know it. I don't fucking engage with these people. I don't need to talk much. I just let my work talk for itself. And what is my work involved or entail? It basically tells that I expose their bullshit. I expose their rhetoric. I expose their real racist hate towards white people and towards all people. So I don't engage with them. There's no fucking point. I get nowhere. There's no reason to do that. No reason.
What I say is, it will never be enough. Don't bother. They are as good as they're going to get right now. They can only get worse. And it's what I say is, we can't live with them. They can't live without us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
really where you're going to go.
Yeah, I think we all are at this point. The problem that the main focus now for me, a lot of my shows, maybe yours, maybe others, My focus is to wake people the fuck up. And I don't care if I'm sitting on a fucking show that takes me 5 or 6 hours. My focus, my hyper focus is to wake people up. Make people, educate them, and make them aware of the fucking dangers out there. It's not Jews killing white people. People could say others. That's fine. It's not Arabs. Yeah, they may be a problem also, but it's not record number. We're not talking about daily basis of robbery, rape, and murder towards white people. It's black people that are doing this. They are the focus. That's why. This is a main reason why I do this show. And I don't promote hate. I don't call them fucking hard R's, and I don't try to belittle them.
You don't need to.
I don't need to. It's their own behavior.
That's fucking. They can't get any lower. Yeah, they can't get any lower. I don't need one syllable for that. It's not worth my time. They're useless. People say, "Why are you wasting all your time on hate?" I'm like, okay, that used to have merit.
Sure.
But once you told us that we were the problem, once every single politician, black people, white people need to do a better job of listening when black people, when African Americans talk. I have never used the term African American in this formal setting. I never will. Or Barack Obama in front of 5 dead Dallas police officers. You know racism exists in America. You know it. Browbeating the families of these murdered officers that were there to protect the BLMers' right to protest, and he used that a captive audience to rub that in. And then Joe Biden, white supremacy, or whites are going to be a minority in my lifetime. That's a good thing. It is. How? So why do you waste all your time on hate? Because that was it. Okay, it used to make sense. Now it has reached a fever pitch, and I'm done. I'm not taking it anymore. I owe you and everyone that does content. We owe all of our friends this program. We do. I mean, I get a cathartic, kick out of it. Could I be done? Probably. If we're talking about proving a point, we're done, right? But there's a thousand people who go, I still have to work and deal with that. Can you please just let me, let the pressure off through your show? That's all it is.
It's a little escape. It's a little bit of an escape.
Yeah. We're here for everybody else.
Let me say this super chat again for me saying, I don't have the word racism in my lexicon. It's anti-white people. Let me ask you this.
That's Mark Dice. If you haven't checked out Mark Dice, that's
I like him. No, he's good. He's good.
He's a thief, but whatever.
Let me ask you this though, IQ. Have you read the book, The Bell Curve? Probably have. I don't even know why I'm not.
I have The Bell Curve and Man's, it's Charles, I have everything Charles made. Facing Reality, it's fantastic. And then Man Watching, talks about, it's the Rain Man. That one's like a textbook about human behavior and nonverbal cues. Yeah. Facing Reality is my favorite so far.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. So talking about IQ, impulse control, time and preference, give us some of your thoughts on the conservation, towards black people in present, with your IQ, no impulse control. Give us your thoughts on black people in relation to that.
If part of being an intelligent person is knowing when people know more than you. And I'm not completely ignorant of all of these stats. And if I was to pick someone who knows the most of the people that I know, is from Wolf the Dog. Are you talking about as far as when we lowered the standard deviation?
Yeah, the bar, lower the standard. Yeah, I can claim it. I just do these questions. I just type these out of questions like this last minute. Pick your brain a little bit as it stated in the card. So just give us some background on your thoughts on IQ in the black community here in America, impulse control, and what are your thoughts on that?
It depends on what you consider, how you consider yourself smart. I think I'm pretty smart. I enjoy public speaking. Obviously, I like talking. I love reading. My brain is constant. My brain feels mossy. The older I get, my brain is starving for stuff, and I feed it. Okay, and so I say, okay, I'm getting smarter. I'm learning new words. I'm studying vocabulary. I'm talking to people who I know will make me more intelligent. I don't look at social media. It depends on what you think intelligence is. I play shit out of Jeopardy. I think I'm a hell of a writer. I would consider myself close to a pro writer because I'm always trying to improve. and then you impart that upon your children. That's how we protect our language. But if you, and it would be obtuse to say, oh, look at the TV and look at all the videos. You know, that's all they really are. Well, you would say so, but it really is. Like the videos of them buying life insurance, and oh, I never thought about that way. I guess it's just reverse stuff. Give me a fucking break. You know, oh, do you have life insurance to fund it? I don't know, month deal down the street, dude. I better start having a monthly deduction to pay that deduction for a month fucking up. Give me a break. They need to get driver's licenses, you know, or them canoeing or camping, or it's just that's fake. It methinks you don't protect much. It's almost like they're forcing something down their throat. Weird. No, this is really how they are. Don't watch your TV. That's crap. Yeah, keep saying anything good to you, right? But if you look at them, I say all the time, yeah, hang on, let's talk. So, I gotta talk about it. I feel so all the time. The average street interview at a crime scene, whatever race it is, that's indicative of the general intelligence of that particular region. It is. I mean, have you ever seen? When was the last time you saw an articulator? Well, what happened? What had happened was, I was in my studio up there. I was doing a trying to recreate a website. It's pretty nice. This is what I did because I heard the unmistakable sound of gunfire. It was almost so clear that you could hear the brass casings getting together. And I heard a help me. And I said, that sounds like someone who's been shot. I called the authorities. I took proper precautions to make sure that I was, you know, what was that time? I don't know what happened over this. I don't know how to sleep. And I heard it pop, pop, pop. No, it is what we see in the media. I mean, we can agree that the list is long on those commercials. Like, they're swinging. Give me a fucking break. Don't you're not tricking anybody. And then, I mean, here's it. I always say if you haven't lived or worked amongst them, and you're up in an ivory tower and you're defending them, if you're all around, you know, if you're rich enough to be away from them. And you're going to kiss their ass because that's how you get social pride. If you've never been around them, your opinion is moot and disrespectful. Because you can say, oh, I think the poor Negro. I asked my little nephew today, I said, how many I only got 12 Japanese, that's stuff. So how many people do you think the cops shoot every day? He said 10,000. I went there, like shooting kills, said 10,000, right? You're fucking serious? He lives in the ivory tower of the United States. Man, I say, look. I go, 10,000? You're in college? He goes, yeah. I go, no, it's 1,000 to 1,200. How many of those do you think are black? And he says, oh, 999. Dude, be serious. Because that's what they're told. Unarmed. Shutting on them. So you listen to it, I mean, and here, I suppose the easiest way is conjecture on this particular question, it makes me needed. Okay, I'm going to say, well, if I don't have the stats to back it up, you know, I don't know. A smart person knows what they don't know. But I'll tell you this. I've been around them for many, many years. I fled a job and employment that I loved simply to get away from them. The police department I was in is 35% white, former California police officers. And I had the same joke for many times. I said, hey, what happened, man? Want to snow for you in Anaheim? 35%. There's two types of Southern California cops that move away, or anywhere. The people that want to get away from the Negroes, and liars. So if you've been around them, if it's so bad that you have to flee a job you love across the country simply to be away from seeing anything but that, okay, that's a clue. Okay? I have never dealt with a Negro and said, oh, that was really, I mean, I learned a lot on that context. He had a good point. Never. Okay? And now we've entitled them to the point where they don't have to go to school. There's people that are missing 100 days of school and they're being passed. Oh, what was it? Carmel Nifty, 33.8 average. Bullshit. Okay? If he did, and I said this in just the one. Okay, 3 point. All right, I want you to write a 3-page paper on what happened that day at the stadium, right? Case closed. They're smart. Their idols can't read. Okay, the top tier Negroes, they still can't speak properly. Okay, and just I guess you got to. Yeah, you got to make the anecdotal. You say, okay, as a layperson, as an objective observation of the general behavior of the Negro, you know, social, educational, intellectual, scientific. What was the last thing that the Negroes have done blank? Yeah, we know. Name something good.
Well, I was gonna say something. There was a video of this guy on my first one was on years back. I wish I could still remember his name, but he did the same spiel, and he said, "Oh, today is Black American Day or something in that reference," and he's like, "We're gonna honor what Black Americans have contributed and done over the history of America," and he's like, he took a fucking piece of paper, he pulls it up to the screen, takes a piece of paper, and it's fucking blank. That's what the Black Americans contributed to America. I still remember this.
Can you agree? I mean, ancient Greece is where, I mean, the birthplace of stoicism, intellect and government and mathematics and everything, right? That's what we started and moved north. I mean, I could be, that's come to understand, I could be slightly off. But here's the way that, would you agree that intelligence, and I suppose intelligence quotient, you know, as a raw number, do you agree that the higher the intelligence quotient of a race is coincides with their ability to construct, maintain, and thrive as a civilization?
Well, absolutely.
It has to, right? I mean, okay, all right. Step number one. It's what, 900 BC. Step number one, we must figure out something to do with our species. All right, okay, let's go. While we're out, let's go back to that. Okay, we're so good at stuff. Let's make these marble statues that look exactly like people. I mean, we figured everything out so well. We started doing stuff for fun. I mean, Jack and I talk about that all the time. Now, if we're kind of stagnant, you know, this is one of my favorite stories. Every good thing that happened on planet Earth, there was two white guys like me and you, and I said, "Hey, Triple D, what? You see that moon up there? Yeah. We should go up there. What's the fuck? Yeah, we should build like a rocket. What the fuck's a rocket? I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I'm seeing what we say. If we get up there, we can walk around. Maybe we can understand what's on the area." Meanwhile, on the dark continent, Nut is using an extra turd that they found on their 10-month hike. I mean, what have they created? Since they stood on 2 feet, I mean, we're the cause of all the problems that they were saying. How come they can't do it again? Name something south of the Sahara that's good.
Well, this is exactly, this is where I'm going at. It's like, all you need to do is take the continent of Europe and compare it with the continent of Africa. That let alone to tell you fucking everything you need to know to debunk anyone's fucking black bullshit. You know what I mean?
I watched They Shall Not Grow Old again, that World War I. If you haven't watched that, I was crying movies now. And I looked at it and I said, World War I, holy pointless destruction of 7 million angry deaths. That's all it was. There's nothing up there. All they was created for side treaties that pissed off a certain Austrian thing that we did again 10 years. The massive loss of intellectual potential that white people have been killing each other over and over and over. I mean, Europe has been leveled twice.
Yeah.
Europe has been leveled twice, and we built it again, like ants when you kick over the hill. Japan, we said, "Hey, Japan, please stop doing this." No. Alright, what's the window? Here's the amount of get paid. Okay, what's the thing of that? We just said that's no big deal. Okay, we need to stop. No. Alright, look out the window. Here comes the boxcar. I mean, how about now? Okay, please stop. We done. Level. Okay? People, I can't believe you dropped the atomic bomb. You know how many lives were saved by doing that? The estimate? We would have had to invade mainland Japan, million dead if we were doing this.
Wow.
That had to be done. We begged them to quit. They're the ones that dragged us into it. We're still mad at England and doing that anymore. Anyway. So, there we go. Those are two absolutely true, provable, right before your very eyes cases. The Negro has never built a seaworthy vessel. They are surrounded by diamonds under their feet. Don't allow it. They've never built a building over 2 stories high. And every building that they genocided the white people out or ran them out or said, apartheid, we say, alright, here you go, fuck it, take it. It is completely unlivable dystopia, destroyed and run by warlords who sexually enslave the women and murder anyone who doesn't think they're right. Okay? In 2026. You're aware that there are 7 million Negroes enslaved by 7 million other Negroes, or by other Negroes in Africa today, right? Are we done? I mean, I don't know that I appropriately touched on the IQ itself. What I do know is that we are not the same. And then they said, oh, it's racist social construct. And I've been tested a couple times. I said,
That's a market fuck in. That's a market fuck in.
right, right. To each according to this, other leagues according to this. Yeah, well, no, we're not. I mean, let's just suppose this, the IT question. If you go to a Negro, a smart seminar, or I don't know whatever they go to, you pick one Negro, could you defeat him in his debate subject?
Are you asking me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends on it. And I got to pick the subject? Absolutely, probably.
Sure. And why? Because a higher IQ has the ability to reason, to understand, to absorb, to retain, to build a retort, and to speak a language. You know what? The average African language has 2,000 words. Ours has 2,020,000. There you go. Okay? They have done nothing. Name something. They all close again. Name somewhere or something that white people were in charge of or created that was bad for humanity. Name something that Negroes created that was good. Name one place with the influx of Negroes that improved. There is no answer. Okay? At first we're like, I made something that Negroes created. And they're like, wait. It's true. If you've never looked at it, go to YouTube. Cannibal Warlords of Liberia.
Oh yeah, that's the Vice. That's not the Vice. Did you see that episode?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
And then this is my last thing. If you live in a country where you float over here in a pile of buoyant detritus slash swimming pig intestines, and you are so blown away by balls of clear water without a visible turd or your aunt's ashes floating on them, that you buy 17 cases of it at Costco with your free Costco membership and white people tax dollars, we don't need you. Okay? What's the moment that has come over here and said, well, thank God the Somalians over here because they finally get that. We can't really eat. We're talking about a 50 IQ. Okay? But yeah, it's not. The Negroes here, we're just going to get smarter or dumber.
Oh, definitely fucking dumber. Everything, and they're leasing.
Right, because we've declared being mean to them, expecting anything of them, throwing them in jail, expecting them to show up to class, expecting them to do their work, is right.
To assimilate and to assimilate.
Correct. They will never assimilate. The indigenous Negroes here, right, will never assimilate. They are devolving in real time. If Charles Darwin came here and said, yes, I began to study the Negro in Harlem, and it's actually in real time. Here, I did it on one page. Right? They are getting dumber because there are no expectations of them, and they can do whatever they want whenever they want with them. They get a high school diploma not having learned to read. So, yes, we are stagnant. There is no debating that. We are held down by them because we have to bring our kids down to their standards. They are getting dumber because they can. There you go. It was way too long on that for you.
No, well, I apologize. No, absolutely. What about crime? What about crime in America? So if we think about the crime numbers present day now, from 50 years back, do you think it's improved or it's gotten worse?
What was I think we were 90% white back, I think 1950, right?
Yeah, probably in the 20s, 30s, around that time. And then it just started to dwindle as we went. But what are your thoughts on talk about crime rate? Let's take the example of the civil rights era in the 60s.
1964. I'm reading it right now. 64.
Yeah, when America went to shit. White America went to shit because we allowed that. But what are your thoughts on comparing crime then to now? Something like that.
Well, I have a good anecdotal story. I remember when carjacking was invented. I was just talking about every societal regression is because it's a Negro. When somebody said, yeah, this Negro came up and pointed a gun at my face, pulled me out of my car and took off on it. We're like, oh, shit, what kind of guy? Oh, it's robbery and car theft. You'd have to do two different reports. So finally we said, oh, shit, let's just call it carjacking. Instead of 211 BC, we'll call it 215. So they create crimes that we normally didn't have to have a statute for. And we have to put up plexiglass. We have to have the Negro be on slave. We have to let the subway stop running at 9. We have to cancel carnivals. We have to cancel bazaars. No more block parties. No more. We have to have different graduation conditions. So name somewhere with 10 or more Negroes, regardless if that the guy that was having that Saturday difference, that they don't start shooting each other. They shoot each other at vigils where they have shot one another. Okay? They are getting worse every day. And to sit here and say, well, look at the stuff. I don't bother with the DOJ. Okay? Once they lied once, it's like perjury. Okay?
That's it.
You lied about this, the rest of it's bullshit. So the only thing we can do is look around. Say, okay, there's a Negro. Is he doing anything good? And he's watching him. Oh, he's beating off, good. Or, oh, there's a Negro over there. Shit, what's he doing? He's naked. I mean, if you open your eyes and say, wow, I don't feel like crime is down. Why? I don't want to go outside. Okay? So, I guess that's how I would be more inclined to say, wherever you're at, if you live around Negroes, how do you feel about going to the carnival on a Friday night after it gets dark? If you're like, okay, no, it's because it's a Negro. Crime is not going down. There are fewer cops now than there ever have been. It is a downward spiral that we cannot recover from, and I gave you my resume. I was 5 or 6 short. You cannot sustain that. Now we've got this soccer going on. That's an all, as well as I do. That's an all hands on deck. They will start. You can't take leave for these 2 weeks. You're ordered to work 7 days a week. You cannot pay for that. I don't know if the soccer is paying for the overtime. They can't. You can't. That will drain your overtime fund instantaneously. You'll be in the red. They're already in the red. Instantaneous. I mean, look at this. New York City, 9 million. $1 billion lost every year. The New York Transit Authority on fare evasion alone. Fare evasion alone. You cannot sustain. And once this is what I said, once you vilify white police officers, we're going to leave road, mass exodus. The only thing I was wrong about is how quickly it occurred. We are very stingy. If you tell us we're racist and you run us out, once we leave, you cannot cope with it. I mean, you get this little, this officer, he said something mean, he's being indicted. Are you going to do the job? No. There's no greater person to tell people not to be cops than a retired cop. You know? And it's sad. I don't think about being a cop, you're a fucking stupid idiot. Why? Sit down, kid. It won't be bad.
You got endless examples. That's the thing. I always tell people too on my shows, it's like, people really don't understand how bad it is out there. All I say is one thing. I say, do a ride-along with an officer for a week. Not only that, go into a black community. That's how you nailed it. You know what I mean?
You nailed it.
Yeah. And then right there.
Check this out. That is beautiful, but I can't believe that. I mean, perfect. That is absolutely true. But check this out. I went on a ride-along in 1992. And I'll never forget, it was a family friend. I had never been more afraid in an automobile. We were probably doing 90 miles an hour. I can see this in my mind as I said this. I didn't know. I wasn't one of those kids. I didn't know. I just want fucking medical insurance and city paycheck. I was planning on being a bailiff. Right? I didn't know. I went on a slide along at the blackest part of San Diego on a graveyard shift. Family friend came up over this crest, and there were 30 to 50 Negroes gathered around a taco shop, and when they saw that police car, they scattered like rats. So my buddy got out, family friend got out, he grabbed the first Negro, and he, with his fire, he said, "This fucking move, don't you fucking quit." And I went, I'm gonna do this. That was it. Yeah. But think about that. So a ride along back in the day made me say, you get to ring up and knock the shit out of fucking criminals and save kids and protect women? Huh? Sign me up. And then there's 1,000 of them in line. Now, you go on a ride along, and the kids get to say, "What's your bad? No, wait a minute, I didn't do shit. You ran a stop sign." "No, I did. You raised, get your supervisor." I mean, I can't even watch those body cams without catching AIDS, dude. We will not look at that. And we can't reel it in. I say this all the time. We're going to go, okay, all right, never mind, the Negroes are the problem. We hate to admit it. But, all right, cops, go ahead. You can you get the lateral vascular neck restraint back, and you can conk them over the head every now and then. Nope, we're not that dumb. Okay. Once we get out, we're going to get out. All the hardcore city cops are going to say, all right, I got 10 to go. I'm going to go work in the fucking suburbs 50 miles north. That's what's going to happen. All the suburbs surrounding major cities are going to have the best police forces in the world. And Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City will fall
what's happening in Ireland? You know why the cops aren't stopping them? They're overwhelmed. Okay? We have this
Revolution.
solution. It is. And I've said it for years. The next step is for Keir Starmer, he's the Prime Minister of the UK, because Northern Ireland is part of the UK.
Yeah.
He is going to eventually have to loose the military. And if he does, if a military person, it will most likely be an Indian, right? Shoots a white Irish,
Civilian.
native Irishman, that's a revolution. That's it. If they, that's the Boston Massacre. You know, the beer hall push. Okay? That's how it always happens. Once the military is loosed upon the citizenry that is tired of what's going on in their country, that's it. Okay? Well, Joe Biden said, what are you going to do? You want to hang on to your guns. What are you going to do? Buy a shotgun. Buy a double barrel shotgun. He goes, what are you going to do? Shoot an AR-15? That was saying, if you get out of line, I will loose the military on you. Right?
Yeah.
He said it. And that's what I'm afraid of. We have England and Ireland. Those are test cases. Because fun fact, that's where we came from. Okay,
Sure.
Camp of the Saints.
Yeah, but the
We're
same.
next.
Great book. Yeah, great read.
Right. Oh, England's too small. It could never happen here. Right. Right. You know, we've already been Trojan horse, dude. They're here. We just want to help them get away. Oh, where do all the Negroes come from? How are we going to get rid of them? Huh? Can't. Once you declare something racist, you can't declare it unracist.
But this is the thing too, is whites are too tolerant. The word is tolerant, right? We've been too tolerant with these third worlders who want to hate us.
And how's that working?
Fucking nothing. It's leeching up the system. It's harming our people. It's sucking communities dry. Again, a lot of spokes on the wheel that destroying. And great.
That's a great. Right. Great Black Label song, Broken Wheel, by the way. So, what you just said is A, not only 100% correct, right on the bullseye, B, is almost verbatim what I was talking about.
Oh, lovely.
Okay? So I told my I said, the closer you are to revealing an uncomfortable truth, I'm sorry, the harder they work to suppress what you have to say, the closer you are to revealing an uncomfortable truth. That's a fact. And do I think that everybody said, we're sorry, you were right? No. I just want them to go to bed saying, come on, something's right. This sucks. That's all I want.
Yeah.
There's a meme of a guy in his underwear and t-shirt eating popcorn, watching a globe that's burning, and it said all the cops are run out because they were told they were racist watching the world burn. That is spot on, brother. And I hate to say it, cops, we're going to snicker. We're going to say, yeah, go ahead, burn. I'm rooting for exactly. Is that juvenile or helpful? No, but that's how we are. You hired us because we were arrogant assholes who were willing to risk our lives for you, because that's our ilk, right? And now, go. I'm going to say, hey, can you breathe? How? Can you what? You're a cop.
Well, they got gang
great.
members, criminals and gang members running the fucking show in various
Not even
departments of the country.
It's crazy. Written tests gone. Did you know that polygraphs are on the way out because of racism?
Are you
Polygraphs.
fucking serious?
And what did I say? If you vilify white cops and run them out, you're going to be forced to hire criminals. If we were to Google it right now, you would find out it's all day. They'll always steal the money. They'll always want to have sex. They'll always do the wrong thing. They never let you know.
Wow.
Just like I said, just because it's sad doesn't mean it's not true. It's sad.
What about?
I will take on the world, dude.
I don't know if we could be saved. I think there's still a little bit of hope here in America.
I don't know either, bro. We had that phone call, and I was like, fuck, my boy sounds depressed. And I'm like, fuck, nothing you said on that phone call was wrong. I'm like, how do I cheer him up? Wrong, that's true. I don't know. And we just can't ruin our lives.
Well, that's the thing. We just need to keep trucking along, keep exposing this stuff, keep networking. What's best and a lot of things that really pisses me off, we have a lot of white content creators out there that don't support their own people. They're just basically cherry picking stories like we cover on our shows and just for the minute, right? Just for the hot minute. Yeah, but what the only thing that I see is that whites are really organized. I know Facebook homes out there. There's really no real stance on a group of white men, like Nazis out there, other than Patriot Front, that are basically doing what they do best to help the white community, America, its identity. But it's sad. I don't really see anything other because we're being dismantled. We can't even. We're being policed for words, for fuck's sake. Censored and banned for accounts. You know, so like, what is it going to take next? Is it going to be another Ireland? Is it going to be another fucking, you know, like people in England? How many more how many more white men?
I can't even walk that way.
Well, I don't think anyone would want to, you know, and that's the thing. I don't know how many more stories it's going to take, but let me ask you this question. Go on.
No, see, I want you to play through the question for me, because I have a lot to say on this.
Yeah.
Tell me the question.
What about media? You know that the mainstream media is always, you know, very biased, meaning like towards a certain, you know, group of people, we'll just leave it at that. What are your thoughts on the media coverage when it comes to